Hi everyone, welcome to our 60-second video session here at Impaction. Today we are joined by Imad Agi, the founder of Ecoloo. But before we get started with his great presentation and his work in this space, let's introduce a little bit about what we do at Impaction. So Impaction, soon to be Impactionable, is essentially a platform that connects people to job opportunities and social impact opportunities in the space. Our mission is to create a social impact community of doers around the world. So we're bringing people with great ideas like Imad together with people around the world every single Sunday on these video sessions as well. So that's a little bit about Impaction. And I'm actually just gonna start with introducing myself, and then I will call out people and ask them to introduce themselves as well. So I'm Shivani. I am the CEO of Impaction, based out here in Chicago, Illinois. Outside of my work at Impaction, I also work as a budget analyst at Chicago Public Schools. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. Zarina, do you want to go next?
Hi, my name is Raina Zaharin. I'm co-founder of Ecoloo Malaysia. Also business partner to Imad Agi. We've been in this business for the last 8 years. Yeah, I look forward to the presentation by Imad and a successful collaboration with Impaction and Because International. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you. And I have to mention that Imad and Zarina are also semi-finalists of our social innovation competition. So congratulations on.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amarachi, you want to go next?
Okay, good evening. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ogenemaro Akpotuboro. I'm in Nigeria, and I'm currently representing Ecoloo Nigeria to see how we can move Ecoloo solution and awareness to Nigeria and Africa at large. So, and I have Ima, who is the group CEO of Ecoloo, and my very good boss. And also I have another female boss who is Zarina, who is there. So that is it. So I'm speaking from Nigeria and I'm representing Ecoloo Nigeria. So thank you so much. I look forward to get more insight from Ima on what Ecoloo is all about and how we can use the solution to solve the sanitation problem in Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Garrett, do you want to go next?
Hi, everyone. I'm Garrett Mason. I am innovation manager for PACT, which is a medium-sized NGO based out of DC. We work in about 35 different countries and a whole variety of sectors, and excited to learn more about Ecoloo and how we could incorporate it into a lot of our programming. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gilvin, do you want to go next?
Hi everyone, yeah, I'm Gilvin. I'm from Namibia. I'm just a guest to share ideas. So I'm prepared to learn more from you guys. Thank you.
Thank you for joining from Namibia. It's good seeing you again. Talihar, do you want to go next?
Okay. Good day, everyone. Good day, Imad and the team. My name is Talihar Waputauka. I'm from Namibia. I'm the menstrual health and hygiene management advocate. What we do is actually we have the safe pad technology, which is a reusable sanitary pad, which is made by combining various ingredients, should I say. And then the qualities of the pad is that it has superior antimicrobial properties, which means that it won't cause any infections or irritations, over time. And that is actually what we want to look at now. And here I'm also one of the semi-finalists with Passion, the social innovation competition. And last week I also hosted my my hackathon. And then Imad, I just want to tell you that, you know, this is also an opportunity for me, since we are all in the sanitation area. And, you know, I'm dealing with pets this side, and water is also one of the problems here in Namibia. So I think these are two complementary constructs that we have to look at. So once we are done, I also want to engage you a bit on Ecoloo and see how we can also incorporate this in our WASH programs here in Namibia, especially in
Wonderful.
schools.
Wonderful. I would love to.
I love to see this.
Gilbert, Gilvin, from which country are you? Sorry, I didn't hear.
Namibia, he's also from.
Namibia. All right.
I'm from Namibia, yeah.
All right.
Namibia.
Good. All right. Nice meeting you.
Yes, Imad,
Nice
sorry,
to meet you.
Shivani?
Oh, no worries. I'm moving on to the next introduction, and then we'll get to the presentation.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Rebecca, good to see you, girl. You want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My apologies. I had a class before this. My name is Rebecca, or Rebecca Zelilo. Family's from Ethiopia, Ethiopian refugees, and I went to school at Shivani, actually. And I work in refugee resettlement and a Chicago organizer, as well as a researcher. Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So let me introduce Imad, and then we will move on to the presentation. So today we're hosting Imad Agi. Imad is a semi-finalist of our 2021 Social Innovation Competition and a sustainable sanitation solution expert, speaker, and entrepreneur. He has been involved in construction, renovation, innovation, R&D, recycling, sanitation, water and waste management, and has been there and done that for more than 15 years. Ecoloo is an inclusive social impact-driven enterprise to address the sanitation crisis as experienced by the 2.5 billion people who do not have access to water and sanitation. In his video session, he's going to share his experience on the importance of sustainable toilets to combat waterborne diseases, improve lifestyle, and achieve some of the critical sustainable development goals, and further explain about the missing link between health and proper sanitation. So enough talking from me. Imad, you want to present and take it away?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for this wonderful presentation. I mean, they present me very, very well. I'm happy for that. Without further ado, Ecoloo is about sustainable sanitation, as we said, and it's a patented technology. Yeah, the journey started actually when I was sitting on my very warm sofa home in Sweden here, watching a documentary about India, a woman that is collecting waste with her bare hands, as you see in the photo here, and getting like few rupees and getting sick, and their life were very miserable and short. That made a lot impact on me, made me like feeling too bad about how other people in the world live or die without even knowing. So I made some research, my own research, and yes, that's exactly what I found, that 2.5 billion people are without proper sanitation. And even if they have sanitation, if it's a pit latrine or flush toilet or whatever it is, or they go for open defecation, they are actually polluting the environment and polluting their own drinking water, which causing 80% of all the diseases together, combined. So this is the missing link between water, sanitation, health, and mortality. People, even each few seconds, a child die because of pollution, water pollution, or I mean the groundwater pollution. And we we're not talking about opendification, impact on women and children. They are going very early in the morning or very late in the evening, being attacked by snakes, animals, or even raped or killed. All these many people are not aware of. Um, and again, women are those who are actually affected most, because holding the bladder too long make the bladder, I mean, they become like leaking. They are leaking at early age and smelly at the same time. This information from a woman that is running NGO in Africa told me this story, and I could not really believe my ears. So we are flushing a lot of water in the drain for those who are lucky to have flush toilet, and some other people, they are not having water to drink. All that, even if they have the flush water, flush toilet, I mean, it's sewage, so it creates sewage. Creating sewage, according to this scientist from Netherlands, now with coronavirus, actually the coronavirus is there in the sewage system. Even if you are treating the system and the water and all that, it's still there. So it's a health issue. So this is the reason why we exist, because we want to solve the water contamination, unhygienic toilets, or waterborne diseases, or any sewage dumped in the slum area like this one. There is no toilet. I have been there in India. Plus, all the lucky ones who have toilets, they are flushing 27% almost of the water, drinking water, in the drain. And we all know if we can invest in sanitation, we can get 5 times uh, for that in return. So I decided to do my own solution. That was 2008. The first installation has been done for the municipality I used to live in. It's a very small community. And that one is just next to the water. Drinking water, our drinking water is coming from that lake. So the municipality was very determined to prevent any pollution, because any pollution there will affect the whole community. So we installed 2 toilets. Until today, it's still running. It's still as new, no suction, no bad smell. And after 7 years, we got testimonial from them confirming what I'm saying now. This is 2008, it was done. Then after 7 years, we got this testimonial. They are so happy. So then the journey started when we traveled to make this manually done solution. It has been done in Portugal and many other places, manually done. Traveled to South Korea to make it a compact one, and it looks like this, except the one which is the smallest one, the white one. We moved back from Korea more because it was a bit expensive in Korea. Now we are doing together with my best business partner, Zoraina, my boss. So this is the product we have today, and we have sold to over 25 countries today. Not a big numbers, but at least the impact on that one become like very, very, very nice, and we are very happy with that. The most important is that they are odor-free. It doesn't smell all the times. It doesn't create sewage. It's biological treatment system. It doesn't need energy to run. You just add the bacteria and it's done. It does not flush. Although if a wash or other countries that use water, you can still use water just for purposes, not to flush the water or to flush the waste. Eco-friendly. And it's very easy to use, install, and maintain, and move, and whatever it is. And the best part is that the end product is a liquid fertilizer. It prevents spread of COVID-19, as I mentioned earlier. This is how it works. You just pee poo, and as normal, there's a waste cover. When you see it, it opens. You don't see your own waste. So the five senses are fulfilled. No smell, no touch, no view. Um, you don't hear anything, and so on. But you test the best fruit from this fertilizer. This is the only thing. And you can collect fertilizer in any time. The poop will vanish in 3 to 4 days, and the pee in just an hour become fertilizer, ready to use. No further treatment needed. It looks like Coca-Cola, but it's a bit more salty. And you mix it with a 10 times water, and you apply it on organic farming just for lighting. And of course, it's patented. We have a patent in India, we have in China, and so on. This is one of our success stories for the UNESCO World Heritage Site Petra in Jordan. And as you see, it's saved a lot of water. This is on the top of the mountain, 1,200 steps above the ground, I mean. And it boosts the tourism. It was almost dead, tourism was dead, because a huge area, no toilets, people are peeing everywhere, so it's smelly, and people could not stand it anymore. So after this installation, you see on the right side, when you install a toilet, 1 million per year now. It's amazing. It's very crowded now. And we were promoted, mentioned on Jordan Times to promote biodiversity conservation in tourism sector. Another one is the ecotourism. Oh, sorry. We sold this units to the Malaysian sport and made sustainable sports, and become like people could use it. There's no water no water is used to flush, but the water has been used for hygiene purposes. So water comes in, and then the fertilizer could collected and drained without any problem. It can be drained without affecting the environment. It's safe for environment. This one is the one I really very touched with this project. It's for the girls' schools in Sierra Leone. They had no toilets, and NGO from Canada did the installation, and the educational progress and the performance, the performance and the attendance of the girls increased with 35% according to the school administration. It's amazing. They loved it, because otherwise they had to go open defecation and go out, and all these problems. One of the other projects is for disaster relief management, for disaster relief solution in Philippines after the typhoon. Also, more people die after the typhoon than during the typhoon itself, actually, because all the sewage will go to on top on the surface from all the spit latrine or septic tank or whatever, and pollute the whole area. So people get more diseases and die because of that. We did in schools in Kenya, Sierra Leone, and Senegal, more and more, and people are enjoying our technology, saving water, saving the dignity, and for event people are staying longer, either. So with that one, we achieve 100% many SDGs directly, like number 6, or indirectly. I mean, it's like a domino effect. You achieve one goal, you achieve more goals, especially when number 14, I mean, that this one is dumping the sewage in the photo in the river, and other people are fishing. So the fish eat the poop, and the people eat the fish. So, it's a lot of pollution. Um, and even for number 3, with good health and well-being, as we mentioned, and number 11, sustainable cities and community, very important. We won many awards. We have been recognized as an impact-driven entity. So we have been on CNN as on program. Um, I mean, they shoot a program about Ecoloo on CNN, and then we have been selected as one of the top 10 global innovators by United Nations Foundation. We are a part of Swedish Energy Agency with India. We have over 25 awards, recognitions, and prizes from all over the world. And we have created a big family in few countries. One of them is Mr. Maro from Nigeria. He is with us here today. Of course, all that will not be possible without these people, amazing people, dedicated. They are, I mean, that is our core our gold egg. Without them, we will not be here today, and we will not achieve as much as we did. So the lesson here is prevention is better than cure. Flush toilet, of course, is one of the worst inventions, according to wash experts, because it's, as I said, it's creating sewage. So with that, I thank you very much, and you stay safe. Any questions, you are very welcome to put in the chat or just give it directly to me. Thank you. And thank you for Because and Impaction for giving us this opportunity to present to you guys.
That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Imad. I have a question to start us off, and I see Don also has a question in the chat. Can you walk me through the process a little bit more? So can you just walk me through the chain of what happens when the feces is dumped in the toilet? What happens in your process?
Yeah, it's European poo as normal, right? And then we have our system inside. So the poop will land on organic material, so which become like a filter. The pee will go through the filter and convert it into the bacterial culture and so on into fertilizer, and collect it in the second compartment. So when it's collected in the second compartment, it's already treated pee. It's a fertilizer. The poop, which is stuck on the top, yes, that one is the only end product. You don't have any other end product. The poop stuck on the surface, the bacteria will still eat it. We will feed our hungry bacteria, our free soldiers, free workers, to feed them with this fecal matter. And they can eat all organic material like toilet paper, the poop. They don't eat anything that is not edible, like glass or drop your glasses or whatever. You will find it there. So many people drop their glasses or whatever. They will still pick them up, but it's a bit dirty, but it's there.
So the idea is
in 3-4 days it's gone, and it's continuous process. It's continuous process, and we add the bacteria once a month.
Got it.
So the bacteria each half an hour, like duplicate itself, become double, become a big colony. The bigger it is, the better. And then we have also integrated flattening down the waste behind the seat. there is a way to move the flatter inside the tank or the reactor sideways. So you can, because when it's dry toilet, it will build a pile, right? And that is solved with our innovation, where you can just from time to time just move this one right left, and then it's connected already to the system. So you can just flatten down the waste and distribute the waste equally in the system. And that is good for the bacteria because you give the bacteria more space to feed on.
Wow. Okay. So you're saying that this is initially it's a filter, and then you would be able to reuse the fecal matter and possibly even the urine back into the environment. So it's like a
Yes.
constant cycle, and you're replenishing the environment and
Yes.
using this as
Yes.
fertilizer.
It's a money making machine, actually.
Yeah.
It's a money making machine because fertilizer is money.
Yeah.
So the ROI for this system is about 3 to 5 years, depending on how many people are using the system. So whatever initial investment you invest on this one, if you are using the fertilizer as an asset or as an income to get your money back, your investment back, yeah, it's maximum 5 years. The money you invested in the system to buy the system is back, and then after that is free money.
Wow.
So, and without any, the good thing is they don't have any maintenance cost.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
maintenance cost is just a small bacteria you add to the system, and it's very cheap. You don't have any logistic. In other system like the urine diversion or whatever system, you need to move the waste from place to other place and treat that one.
Yeah.
Here, you have a fertilizer that is actually less than 10% of the urine, because most of the urine is water. So it's evaporated. It's used in the system. So you got very concentrated, solid liquid fertilizer. That's why you have to, to mix it with 10 times water.
Yep.
Because it's really, really very solid, very concentrated form.
Okay. Okay, we have another question in the chat, Imad, from Dawn. Can the eco
Yes?
treat animal waste?
Yeah, we have different, I mean, we have different bacteria culture for different purposes. We have animal waste, human waste, aquaculture, petroleum contamination, if you want to enhance the soil and so on. So we have, it's our strength is the bacteria culture. So we have different type of bacteria culture to treat. This one is like 9 type of bacteria together, the best team together. You mix together, become like very efficient, very well selected bacteria, and it's not GMO. So it's natural one which we developed in the, of course, very expensive lab to get the best result and the best mix.
Great, thank you. Does anyone have any thoughts, questions?
I have a question. Thanks so much
Sure.
for the presentation. I'm curious, what are the challenges that you've encountered? It sounds like you've gotten into a lot of countries, but what are some of those challenges you've had as people have used it, or in terms of kind of scaling the product?
There are some challenges, especially those who when you get into tenders, for example, the standard specification are old-fashioned already. They are not for sustainable solutions. They are for normal pit latrine or chemical toilets or whatever it is. So the pricing is a big issue, is a big difference. If you are doing like pit latrine and you are doing sustainable toilet, we cannot compete with the pit latrine. It's impossible. Pit latrine is just a hole in the ground, and you have like you know the plate on the top. But even United Nations like UNICEF and all that, when we try to convince them on this one, at the end they decide for pit latrine because this is the criteria, the procurement criteria is not done yet for our system. Some other issues actually is the you need to change the mindset of the people going from open defecation into or from I mean pit latrine into our system. We need to change the mindset. So with our toilet, we realize that giving them, providing them with the best environment, similar to open defecation, like it's no smell, comfortable, dignity, plus the dignity, which is very important, and safety for the woman especially, is a plus. So we try always to use to take the change the prospect of this one from a challenge into possibility by changing or trying to convince people that this is much better. This try, but it's most important is the price. Our product is made of fiberglass and composite material for the structure, so it like lasts for decades. It's not a plastic toilet. It doesn't break. So it's a quality product. We are proud of it. Last like just for a few years, and then you have to buy again because again it's not sustainable. It's like buying an old, I mean, no brand shoes that you
Imad, I think you're cutting out a little bit. Imad, can you hear us? I'm gonna try to turn off your video. Maybe it'll help. No. Zarina, you want to pick up where he left off? You might be a good person to talk about it.
I think he has answered most of the question regarding, I mean, the uniqueness of Ecoloo and how it benefits the people, not only the people, but the environment, the children, the girls. These make us proud of our own solution. Another thing about our toilets is that we don't need any water for flushing. So you can install anywhere, any place, especially in those areas that do not have any access to, I mean, water or probably septic tank or sewage treatment plant. You can just plug it in somewhere in remote areas, especially islands, beaches. You don't need to worry about suction of the sewage because we don't have any sewage. We are dry, completely dry toilet. And when you don't have sewage, the cost of the maintenance is much, much less. All you need is just to have the microbes or the bacteria culture in order to treat the waste. And actually the bacteria they don't die. Even in cold climate, they will hibernate. And when the weather is hot, they become very active. They're super active that they work efficiently and within a short period of time, it just, the poop just vanish. the microbes' purpose is basically it's breaking down anything that is edible, breaking down into tiny particles that it's almost as good as ashes. So you don't need to remove the waste like composting, the typical composting toilet, where you need to remove the waste every few days because it's piling up, right? With this Ecoloo, it just goes back to normal. So even if you use plastic toilet, for example, after 70 people, you have to shut down the toilet, or it becomes smelly. You have to get the truck to do the suction. So we don't have that challenge.
That's true.
But as Imad said, the challenge is more on the awareness, is people to change people's mindset from using the typical flushing toilet or WC to something that you don't have to flush. And people start to worry, where does it go and how do you get rid of the sewage and those that sort of questions. But the beauty of this toilet is that the fertilizer that you get from it is full of nutrients, and we have customers who actually enjoy the fertilizer as the nursery becomes very blooming like crazy after using the fertilizer. In other words, our fertilizer has value, and this will easily replace the chemical fertilizer, which is expensive, and they are taken from phosphates, most of them, which has become very exclusive, as it has become extinct anyway. This helps the farmers to with their organic farming indirectly. So by using the toilet, you don't waste your own waste. So in other words, you get to enjoy your waste, which is turned into fertilizer.
That's why we say eliminating poverty through sustainable toilet, because the people or the poor people who are using our toilet, they get value from the fertilizer that could improve their lifestyle. I mean, it's each dollar for them is a value. Very important.
That's huge. And the application of this, especially the feces part, is huge, especially in places like India.
Oh, yes.
My mom, she would tell me that, you know, in India, there are cows everywhere and they leave dung everywhere. And what they do is my mom would smash the dung down with her feet, and then they would dry it and then use that to gape holes in their houses and in their huts. And
yes,
they would use that for flooring in their houses. It's not only agricultural application,
no, of course not.
but it's livelihood, you know, it's housing. It's very interesting.
The resources are very limited on the earth, especially if water. So if we are going on this trend for too long, at the end we will not have enough water to drink. And the next war is not because of gold or oil, it's because of water.
100%.
Water scarcity is a big problem. Even NASA, that they made an article about it. 21 cities are facing drought now, big cities in the world. And all those cities, I mean, like in South Africa, totally out. The whole town is dry. There's no water. And when you have no water, how do you flush the toilet? Even if you have toilet. So you don't drink, but you flush. So it's, you know, the most stupid thing is to mix the water. I mean, to flush our waste with the water. This is the most stupid thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot imagine it. How can this be acceptable? But because it's when you do the wrong thing for too long, it's become normal. This is psychology.
Very true. We have two people that have questions, so
sure.
I'm gonna bring it up to Rebecca first, and then Garrett's next.
All right.
Hi, thank you for a great presentation.
Thank you, Rebecca.
You're welcome. I was actually thinking the last impaction person that spoke, Taljard, that would be such a great connection for you too. And I think he's been mentioning it in the chat. My two questions are, one, how can you utilize the positive effects that this can have on the pandemic to expand your product and to shift the mindset of people? And then a follow-up question to that is, how do you foresee your product taking over toilets around the world, like in the house? So how can you manipulate the product to make it work within a building or type of infrastructure?
I will let Zulena answer the first question so I can answer the second question.
I didn't hear the first question, sorry.
The first question was just about how can you utilize like the pandemic to and the positive effects of your product to expand your reach, basically.
How to utilize the pandemic
to reach, I mean, to sell our product better or to market our product.
I think this during this pandemic it's the best time for us to create the awareness through the webinars, and at the same time to look into our product production to improve the whatever that we need to improve on the system itself, to make it more and more efficient. There are a lot of things that we are still doing, researching and testing our products. The microbe itself, the bacteria has a lot of, it's our secret weapon actually. So this is the one that makes us different from other products. And it takes only 3 to 4 days to break down the poop into ashes, as I mentioned earlier. And and we are continuing to improve the efficiency, and our target is to make it like within 24 hours, then the poop is gone, right? So I would say pandemic it's already 1 year past, and people are still asking for our toilet. We are still exporting despite this pandemic challenge. And toilet is a basic need. You know, it's something that people really need, regardless it's pandemic or not. People still need to release. And there are still a lot more people who do not have any proper toilet. And yes, with this COVID-19, we would say our toilet is more efficient in handling the poop or the virus, because it's a standalone, it's decentralized. It doesn't have to go through this STP, and that's how we got one of the awards, where we with our solution we managed to fight COVID-19, simply because we are totally independent. We don't need to release our well, there's no sewage anyway. It just stopped there right under you, and it will be killed anyway. So that's what we can do, I mean, so far.
Your other question is regarding the making for indoor, for making it for as we in our presentation, the Eco Deluxe is actually for indoor, and we have installed it already in offices, for tiny homes, for even for in shopping mall, for a school, not small, what do you call it, kindergarten, and so on. So we have already this product, and can be. You don't need to collect the fertilizer from each toilet in the indoor with the indoor type. It's only one compartment. So, and that is, we use the same sewage piping system to connect it into the basement. So the fertilizer will be centralized into the basement, where maintenance people will utilize it and convert it into money, or use it on organic farming or whatever. The only thing you need to do, only once a month, you just add this 10 grams of bacteria into the system, and voila, is nothing more to do for the indoor, because it should be um, very easy to use, very easy to maintain, and so on. So we have it already. And the good thing with our toilet is, as you see on the last slides, when I thank you very much for your listen, for being here, the way I'm sitting on it, the photo where I'm shitting on it, it's it's very comfortable, very ergonomically designed, where I put my feet on the steps. That is the best way to relieve yourself. This is a sitting, a squatting. It's like you are squatting, but you are not putting any pressure on your body, not on your knees, not on your colon, especially for old people. Old people will not be able to squat anymore. But with this one, we give them the opportunity. Again, that will give us the best motivation to convince the people to use Ecoloo rather than to go for pit latrine or normal toilet, by telling them, look, here you can use something that you are used to. You can squat, you can sit comfortably, you can have it like for handicap, or disabled, whatever. So we have it already, and it's have been in running for many years already.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And I know, Garrett, you had a great question in the chat, but I think we're running out of time. If I think Imad said that, if you have any other questions, please do reach out to him, and I'll send out an email after this where all of you can be connected via email and LinkedIn too. So
yeah, it's better to answer your questions through email rather than to keep you now waiting in the chat, because it takes a while until I answer all these questions. So I'm sure nobody wants to wait too long. It's better just email me your questions, and I will be very happy, me or Zoraina or Maro, to answer your questions, or anyone in my team.
Thanks, Imad. All right, everyone. So we have a minute left, and we have to wrap up for today. Just some things. First off, I really want to thank our presenter, our video session presenter for today. Thank you for your mission and sharing that with us. I know that I learned a lot. I hope people learned a lot as well. We have a few announcements on our end. We have different resources like the Social Impact Job Portal, these video sessions. We also have the Social Innovation Competition going on now. So if you want to stay updated with everything that's going on and the resources that we have specifically for the social impact community, just sign up for our newsletter and stay updated that way. And also, secondly, please do tell your friends and family to join one of these video sessions or join our community. I think there are a lot of people who want to make a difference out there, and they just want to get started. So we help getting people started in that way too. Imad, I'm going to give you let's say 10 seconds. What is one last thought you would like us to, depart?
I just want to say thank you all for being here, but I would really very more happy if you join our forces. You team up with us, and be together in this journey, because together we can do it. We can make a much bigger difference together rather than being alone. Thank you very much, and I hope to see all of you again soon in the near future. Thank you. Thank you, Shivani.
Thank you.